Good morning, all my student friends. Today I discuss here one instrumental practical estimation of the Fe2 plus ions using selenium 4 plus ions potentiometrically. The objective of this experiment is conduct the potentiometric titration of the reaction between ferrous ammonium sulfate hexahydrate and ammonium cerium nitrate. Second objective of experiment is that measure the potential change of the reaction. And third one, determine the molar concentration of iron 2 plus ions in a sample of ferrous ammonium sulfate hexahydrate. Then, introductory part of that experiment is that in this experiment, a solution of iron 2 plus ions is react with second solution of known molar, that is the ammonium cerium nitrate. That is normality of that ammonium cerium nitrate is a 0.1 normal. This it is a known. There are number of ways to measure the progress of the reaction between ferrous ammonium sulfate hexahydrate and that is the ammonium cerium nitrate. One of the way is a potentiometric titration, in which electrical potential of the reaction is measured. This titration is actually oxidation reduction reaction, in which to determine the amount of the iron 2 plus ions in a solid sample of ferrous ammonium sulfate hexahydrate. In this reaction, ammonium cerium nitrate it acts as an oxidizing agent and ferrous ammonium sulfate hexahydrate is acts as a reducing agent. The net ionic reaction taking place in that particular experiment is cerium 4 plus aqueous plus Fe2 plus aqueous to cerium 3 plus and Fe3 plus aqueous. In this reaction, you observe it, then the electron is transferred from to cerium 4 plus, and here you see, therefore, oxidation number of Fe2 plus is changes from plus 2 is also is changes from 4 plus 2 plus 3. What that indicates? That indicates cerium 4 plus gains the electron, and therefore oxidation number is changed from 4 plus to the plus 3. This electron is transferred from Fe to the cerium. Therefore, Fe is a reducing agent and cerium is a oxidizing agent. Then, what principle is involved in that reaction? You consider here electrochemical cell like here, that is the Calmel electrode and here indicator electrode. Calmel electrode is used here as a reference electrode. This is the Calmel electrode and Fe2 plus Fe3 plus is the indicator electrode. This is the indicator electrode and this one is the Calomel electrode. Calomel electrode is acts as a reference electrode and that Fe2 plus Fe3 plus platinum, that indicator electrode is acts as the indicator. Yes, that electrode is acts as the indicator electrode, that means measure the change the potential. Then due to the addition of the ferric sulfate alters the relative concentration of the Fe3 plus to the Fe2 plus. You know that in this reaction, the ferric ammonium sulfate is acts as a oxidizing agent. That means Fe2 plus is converted to the Fe3 plus. The half cell potential of ferric ferrous half cell reaction is given by the Nernst equation, E is equal to E naught plus 0.0509 log to the base 10 Fe concentration of the Fe3 plus divided by concentration of Fe2 plus. Here you see the standard reduction potential value of Fe3 plus to Fe2 plus is given, that is equal to 0.77 volt. As the ferric concentration is increases, the ferrous concentration goes on the decreases because Fe2 plus is converted to the Fe3 plus. Yes, at that time, what happened? The half cell potential as well as the potential of the cell goes on the increases. Near the equivalence point, what happened? Near the equivalence point, the change in the potential will be higher as that ferric to the ferrous ratio changes considerably. That means at the equivalence point, what happened? All the ferrous ions are converted to the ferric ion, and therefore the ratio of the ferric to the ferrous that is a larger, and due to that change in the potential, that value is also larger. However, what happened after the equivalence point? Only ferric ions are present in the solution, since no ferrous ions are present in that solution. Because all the ferrous ions, Fe2 plus ions, are converted to the Fe3 plus ions. Then what happened? After the equivalence point, if we add selenium ions, that is the C4 plus, then what happened? New redox couple forms, and that is the steric serous system, and whose half cell potential is given by the Nernst equation E is equal to E naught plus 0.0509 log to the base 10 concentration of the selenium 4 plus ion divided by concentration of the selenium 3 plus ion. Here, that is standard reduction potential of the steric to the serous is given, that is 1.61 volt. Hence, the potential after the equivalence point is governed by the steric serous ratio available in the solution. The sudden change in the potential from one system to the another system can be used to determine the equivalence point of that titration. That is the principle behind to determine the equivalence point, and from that you can be estimate the amount of the iron present in the given solution. Then next go to the procedure. Which procedure is here applied to estimate the Fe2 plus ions potentiometrically? First, you construct the cell by using two electrodes. First is one is the calomel electrode and other is the indicator electrode. See, this is a reference electrode. That reference electrode means it is a calomel electrode. And this is the test electrode, means indicator electrode. Then in the indicator electrode, by the preparation of the indicator electrode, you take one is for preparation of the indicator electrode. The examiner at the time of the examination, examiner given to the solution of the Fe2 plus ions. Here generally 0.5 molar Fe2 plus ions are solution is given. How much quantity is given, that depends upon the examiner. How much ml is given, that depends upon the examiner. Given solution, you dilute by using distilled water up to 100 ml. Up to 100 ml. Then you pipette out that diluted solution 10 ml in a 150 ml beaker. 150 ml beaker. Then you add around 1 test tube to normal H2SO. 50 ml distilled water in that beaker. Why you add the 50 ml distilled water? Yes, only that the platinum wire means platinum electrode properly. That is the purpose to add the 50 ml distilled water. And then you dip the platinum electrode or platinum wire in that solution and that connected to the positive terminal of the battery. And be careful here, in this platinum wire is deep in the that prepared solution and that connected to positive terminal of the potentiometer, and reference electrode is connected to the negative terminal of the potentiometer. Then two electrodes are connected by salt bridge. Then before we standardize the potentiometer, then how you can standardize the potentiometer? Here you see, here one knob is given. I circle the red. If you knob that knob in a downward direction, downward, that is the knob is given. By using that knob, you yes to till you will get the reading 1.018 volt on that screen. Then if that screen shows the 1.018 volt, then that indicates that your potentiometer is standardized. Then if you record the readings of the constructed cells, then that knob must be you change the knob position to the upward direction, then that potentiometer will be measure or record the potential of the cell whose you want to be measured. Then question arises, why the potential will be standardized at 1.018 volt? The resistance of the wires, internal and external wires, becomes same at 1.018 volt. And if the resistance of the internal and external wires becomes same, then any change in the potential in the cell that can be recorded and directly display on the display, or that is the screen of that potentiometer, because resistance between the resistance of the external and internal wires becomes the same. Then how you can record the readings, or how you can measure the EMF of the cell? Here in a burette, you fill ferric ammonium sulfate solution. Ferric ammonium sulfate solution. This is the burette. cerium 4 plus ion solution. Before adding the cerium 4 plus ion solution, you take or record T, that is the 0.330 volt. Then you add 0.5 ml solution from the cerium 4 plus solution from the burette, okay, and stir that solution. After stirring, the constant reading display on the potentiometer supposed to be 0.340 volt. Then you add 0.5 ml, stir it, then the potentiometer shows the constant reading, that is the 1 ml reading, that is the 0.350. Yes, like that, you continue the addition of 0.5 ml cerium 4 plus ions in that solution and stir it and you take the reading. Then you see up to this, that is the 4.5, up to this, from the 0 to 4.5 ml addition of the cerium 4 plus ion, the EMF of that cell is constantly, is continuously increases. But after the addition of the 0.5 ml from 4.5 to the 5, what happened? Change in the potential of the cell is higher, that is a 0.705 from 0.460 readings. That indicates all the Fe2 plus ions are converted to the Fe3 plus ions, and therefore that large change or that shows the higher change in the potential of that cell. And after that you see this to this, yes, that potential of the cell is increases by adding, that is the 0.5 ml successive, that is the cerium 4 plus ions, but increase of the potential of that cell is a continuous, not it is a large one. Yes, in this way, you take the reading after large increase or higher increase. I here star it. After higher increase, minimum you take the 10 readings. Yes, and note all the readings in observation table like that. Yes, I here taken up to the cerium number 15 reading. Volume of the cerium 4 plus ions are added, that is the 7 ml up to the 7 ml. Then I will get here, that is the yes shape curve. You see here, first, that is the addition of the cerium 4 plus ion is the continuously increase the potential of the cell. But at the equivalence point, that shows sharp increase the potential. And after that, that continuously increase the potential of the cell. That graph indicates. What that indicates is up to the equivalence point is that Fe2 plus ions are converted to the Fe3 plus ion, but continuously. But at equivalence point, all the Fe2 plus ions are converted to the Fe3 plus ions, and therefore that increases the sharp one up to this. And after that, all the Fe2 plus ions are converted to Fe3 plus ions. No Fe2 plus ions are present in that solution. Then what happens? If you add extra cerium 4 plus ion, then there is a system, new system is exist, that is the cerium 4 plus cerium 3 plus, and therefore that also is increasing the potential of the cell, but not that is the higher value, that is the continuously increase. And from that you can be yes determine the equivalence point. Then, but from this graph you cannot be assigned the perfect or accurate value of the equivalence point or volume of the cerium 4 plus ions added. Then you go to the derivative curves, from which you will get the actual value of the volume of the cerium 4 plus ions added. And therefore, you plot the graph delta E upon delta phi versus volume of the cerium 4 plus ions added. Then you see, yes, you will get a peak like curve. At the top of the peak, if you draw the tangent, is like that, then you will get the volume of the cerium 4 plus ions required for the equivalence point. This is the phi1 and this is the phi2. Both values are the maybe same or maybe slightly different, because here you will get approximate, that in a first graph you will get the approximate equivalence point, and in second graph you will get that is the exact value of the equivalence point. Then from the first graph here you see, you will get the EMF versus the volume of the cerium 4 plus. You will get the V1, and from the second graph, delta E upon delta V versus the value of, you will get the value of the V2. V1 plus V2 divided by 2. Carry out that experiment. Yes, in that procedure, 10 ml diluted solution you taken in a 100 or 150 ml the beaker, and therefore from that, that is a 10 ml. That is from the 100 ml, that is a 10 ml diluted solution. Therefore, I have taken 10 ml diluted solution requires V centimeter cube of 0.1 normal cerium 4 plus solution. Therefore, how much required for the 100 ml? This 100 ml. How much required? That required, that is the 10 into V. If this is the 10 relationship between. Thank you for watching this video.